The British government have legislated that from September 2020, it will become compulsory in all schools across England to teach relationship education in primary schools and relationship and sex education in secondary schools. The new legislation will require that all children from the age of 4 to 16 to attend these classes. Schools do not have to wait until September 2020, however, to start teaching RSE, relationship and sex education, and many have already begun to do so. RSE, which is relationship education or relationship and sex education, will cover a range of issues. However, of concern to many parents is the exposing of children as young as 4 to sexualised concepts and graphics. Schools have been instructed to become LGBT+ inclusive and to adopt an ethos throughout the school environment that promotes and accepts different sexual orientations as equal to heterosexuality. The teaching of transgenderism is also likely to be introduced, with children being encouraged to question their gender. Whilst the governmental guidelines may be minimal, schools are strongly encouraged to exceed the guidelines and are advised to access experts such as a numerous sexuality education and LGBTQ+ organisations, which include Family Planning Association, Stonewall and Brook. These organisations are providing specialist advice for schools on how to deliver the RE or RSE lessons, as well as providing resources to be used. A review of some of the resources and lesson plans produced by these organisations include graphic images of nudity and sexual content that is totally unsuitable for the children that it is aimed at. There is also an emphatic focus on encouraging sexual exploration. The government have stated that LGBT issues must be taught in RSE. This is often introduced to 4-year-olds under the banner of diverse families. These changes may also be introduced into national curriculum subjects, which are compulsory for all students. For example, science lessons which introduce biology-based sex education, English lessons which may, for example, involve reading a story about a same-sex family, or studying a novel that includes a character exploring their gender. Pearson, the main educational provider, has already teamed up with Stonewall, the major LGBT organisation, and has committed to making their school resources LGBT friendly. Up until September 2020, parents or carers have the right to withdraw their child from all aspects of RSE, or SRE as it is currently called. From September 2020 onwards, parents or carers will not have the right to withdraw their child from relationship education at all. However, you can opt your child out of sex education at primary school and at the head teacher's discretion at secondary school. You need to be aware, however, that many subjects of concern will be taught in relationship education and possibly integrated into the national curriculum, which are compulsory subjects. You cannot withdraw your child from these. You do have the right to get in touch, however, with your school and ask to become involved with your school's RSE or RE policy development and the choice of resources that they are going to use. First thing you can do is write to your child's school. There is a template letter that can be downloaded at stoprsE.com that you can send to your head teacher, asking to be kept informed about what your child is learning and when, and asking to be aware of the resources that they are using. The letter also asks to become actively involved in the RSE policy development. You can also exercise your right to withdraw your child from RSE up until September 2020. You can withdraw your child from all aspects of RSE. However, if you do this, it's important that you explain your reasons for doing this to the school, but also to your child. It's very important that you get involved with your child's school. It's a good idea to join the PTA or the Parents and Teachers Association, even consider becoming a parent governor. Become actively involved with the school in a positive way so that the school are more likely to listen to you and pay heed to your concerns regarding RSE. It's also a really good idea to group together with other parents who share your concerns to ensure that your voice is heard collectively. Sign a petition and write to your local MP. A petition has been set up to call on the government to give parents the right to opt their child out of all aspects of RE and RSE. You can also contact or write to your local MP. Of most importance is parental responsibility. Take responsibility for your child's well-being and education. Build a sense of trust between yourself and your child and ensure that they feel comfortable talking to you about everything. Research has proven that a parent's voice always has more influence than a teacher's, as long as you nurture that relationship between your child and keep up the communication. Importantly, instill in them Islamic values and teachings, and talk to them first about any RSE issues that they may ask about or that they may be exposed to at school from an Islamic perspective. Inshallah, resources and workshops will be developed to help parents with these essential tasks.